right, on the next example, we've got 10y squared minus 19y plus 7. So this time our a value is our biggest so far, it's 10. Our b value here is negative 19. Our c value here is 7. The first thing, look, always check if they have a GCF. So I'm going to start out with 10 and 19. Comma 19. Yeah, that got a GCF of 1. Remember, anytime you get a GCF of 1, it can only be a GCF of 1. So there's our GCF. So let's go ahead and set up our x. Remember, top goes a times c, so this one's going to be 10 times 7, which is 70. Our bottom value is the b, so it's going to be negative 19. And now we're going to factor 70 and see which ones add up to negative 19. So start out with the easy ones. 1 times 70, 2 times 35, keep going. 3 won't go in there, 4 won't go in there, 5 goes in there 14 times, 6 won't go in there, 7 goes in there 10 times, 8 won't go in there, 9 won't go in there, 10 does go in there, and we already have it. Now, they multiply together to get a positive, they added together to get a negative. So both of these are going to be negative. So I'm going to change them all to double negatives and then add. So I've got negative 1 plus negative 70, which is negative 71. This is going to be negative 37. It's going to be negative 19. This one's going to be negative 17. Well, I needed them to negative 19, so those are the values. So let's write our first factor as negative 5 over our a value, which was 10. Our next factor is negative 14, and put it also over 10. Now, can we reduce these? Yes. This one comes out to negative 1 over 2, because I can divide them both by 5. I can divide both of these by 2. This one's going to end up being negative 7 over 5. Can't reduce that anymore. Can't reduce that anymore. Bottom number gets our letter. So our factors were 2y minus 1 and 5y minus 7. All right, let's try another one. Number 5. Once again, our a value is something other than 1, so we're going to get our a, b, and c and see if they have a GCF. So let's try that. Math number 9. It's going to be 4 and 2. We get a GCF of 2. So now I'm going to take this 2 and run it by the 12. I get another GCF of 2. So this time our greatest common factor is 2. Now, if you have a greatest common factor, what you're going to need to do is divide out a 2 from everything. So, divide a 2 out, put it in parentheses, and we're going to rewrite these values as 4 divided by 2, which is 2, so that's 2y squared. 2y divided by 2, which will give us 1y, and negative 12 divided by 2, which will give us negative 6. Now what you're going to do is you're going to find the factors of this quadratic. So ignore the 2 we divided out, we're just going to factor this out. So we'll need to do our a, b, and c again. This time our a is 2, our b is 1, and our c is negative 6. So let's factor that out. 2 times negative 6 is negative 12. That goes on top. B goes on bottom, and then it's just 1. So I need the factors of 12. Multiply together, get a negative. Add up to get a positive. Got all my factors now. If they multiply together, get a negative, but add together, get a positive. One of them will be negative, and it's got to be the lower value. And these two added up to 1, so it's negative 3 and 4. Now our A value here was 2, so put them both over 2. Can I reduce this one? No. Can I reduce this one? Yes. I can divide them both by 2, and I would get 2 over 1. Once you reduce your fractions, bottom number gets a letter, and then rewrite it as factors. So our factors here were 2y minus 3 and 1y plus 2. I'm going to stop the video here, and we'll do the last example together.